Oh, I'm always so nervous for no reason.
Hey, it's my first live ever. I
This
also
is
got my actually it looks like it's backwards.
the
I don't know if
fucking
you've seen these.
t-shirt. I didn't think anybody bought that.
Oh, dude, I bought it on the spot. I'm gonna wear it to networking events and everything.
Wait, so were you like, this was like 3 months of planning for like your craft brew festival event, and then Zuckerberg was doing his testimonial. Were you like having a heart attack when that was happening? You're like, everything is going to ruin it. It's going to be horrible. Oh my God.
I mean, not necessarily. I figured if something were to happen, it wouldn't just be like that, like everything's a process. And so I was like, if anything does happen or they have to stop things, like I don't think it's going to be immediately, so I'll be able to finish everything. So I wasn't really worried, thankfully,
Well,
because
I have to do the intro because now people are like watching. There's one person watching. I think that's me though, because I have it on the right. Oh well, whatever. It's always like so nerve wracking. I'm super psyched to be here today. I'm here with Brett Watts. He's based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Brett's got a really cool story. You were 2 years ago or a year ago, you were waiting tables at a restaurant. I think we met at like AdCon, right?
yep, that's right.
Yeah, and we sat next to each other, and you were to my left, and then I think Nat Tucker was on my right, and I ended up getting those like obnoxious touristy like Corona margarita drinks, right?
Oh yeah, I was there.
And then you were telling me you were doing restaurants or something like that, and I was like, I fucking met this guy who does restaurants, and now I'm trying to do restaurants. So I was like, where the hell is this guy? And I swear to God, I went on like a 3 month who is this dude asking spree. And then out of nowhere, you sent me a message. I was like, "Are you the guy?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's fucking
I
finally
remember
Brett."
that. Yeah.
But it's been like a crazy journey since you were waiting tables. You started doing Facebook ads for your restaurant, and now you do
Well,
ads for events or something like that, right?
yeah. So basically, before I was working like in sales for a couple of years, got tired of the corporate life, went to Costa Rica for 4 months, and met people working online. So I was like, oh, how I need to figure out like how to make money online. I was literally like Googling how to make money online, and
Like it auto fills in, and it's just
oh
all
yeah,
scams. Yeah.
I was, and then Dan Henry's ad came up, started doing that, and I was working a restaurant part time as I was trying to do some social media, and I started like social media management, which I'll never do, but that's how I started, and then took Dan's course, and then I was like, man, I got to quit doing that. I need to focus on ads, and it's led to a lot of lead generation, and then in events, and so yeah, here I am now.
But your first the restaurant you worked at was like your first like test client or something like that, but it didn't work out, right? Or it did, or like I remember something like wasn't
Um,
settling right.
yeah, that was like probably my third one.
Yeah.
And I think even then I was doing it like basically free for just the experience, or if I did get paid, it was probably a couple $100, just to basically learn and test everything that I had, learned. And yeah, I mean, we didn't really do much. They switched management, and the new owner or manager like didn't want to feel he was giving away things, and I don't know. I just dropped it, and then I left there, and so
And then that was it for that place.
yeah.
But now, so you went from like getting like doing it for free or barely making any money, and then you had this like cool opportunity to do an event, or like how did you fall into it? Because you were never like the events Facebook guy, right? You weren't like,
No,
there's not
I
like
never
craft
was.
brewery ad agency, you know what I mean? That's not a thing. So how did you find your way into like this really cool opportunity?
So just been working with a bunch of local businesses, doing lead gen, Kairos, dentists, all that kind of good stuff, and restaurants, realtors. And one of my buddies that I went to school with, his brother was opening up a company called Charlotte Brewery Tours. So they renovated a school bus. They take you around all these different breweries. You can drink on the bus. They give you like a history behind it. And so one thing that he wanted to do to help give like the brewery tour company exposure was a festival. How better way to do that and have signs all over and, basically promote that. So then, since so I met him at a Carolina Panthers tailgate one time. So they had the bus out in front, and that was like, his bus is just a giant billboard, So I went up and talked to him, and I was like, man, I know your brother. Like, are you guys looking to help get some help with exposure, some leads, some sales? And, he hired me on. And so, of course, I was the go-to guy for the festival.
That's like the weirdest part. Like when people are trying to start their Facebook ads agency, and I'm sure you tried this before, it's like cold calling or cold emailing, but you forget like there's a whole world of opportunity of talking to real life human beings. Like your big, I think this is like your growth curve right here. Like you got on the map because you met a human being and said you do this type of work, right?
Yeah, for sure.
No cold emailing, no cold calling. Like
No.
that's the weirdest part. Let me turn off notifications. So you ended up meeting this guy, and they were like, I do this work. And he's like, that's awesome. We need this work because here's a really cool idea. And then you immediately had a heart attack because you didn't know what to do. That's what happens with me.
Oh, yeah. So basically, I accepted this event, never done an event before. And I'm like, yeah, I got this. And as I start building it out, I'm like, holy crap. Like, I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. So, like I mentioned before, like James Cluster and Leon have both been a huge help. So I was hitting them up all the time. Like, what do I do this? Can you look at my ads? Can you do this? Like, what do I do next? I'm not getting any sales. They're like, don't worry, don't panic. You're not supposed to get sales right away. You need to focus on building lists, retargeting, and then, sales come. So really just figuring out a process on what to do. And, by talking to them, I had a good sense of direction on what to do when. All right, next week I need to shift my focus to this. And so just having a clear path, and that's really it. And
so is that how you developed that like 90-day blueprint, or was that something that like was off the shelf that you're adapting for yourself? Or is that like custom work that you did for your own process?
So that was just something that I kind of learned along the way, with some of their guidance. But it was like, because I thought I was going to have another event September 1st, a 2-day music and arts festival. We were going to try and have like 20,000 people there pretty much. So it's going to be way bigger than what we had before. And so I just wanted like a blueprint for myself so I can look at it and be like, all right, what's on the agenda this week? What do I need to focus on? Gotcha. And then it just helps me stay organized. So I made, pretty much like a 6-page Word document on what do I need to do, when, where, and then
a workout plan for Facebook ads for events type thing.
Pretty much. Exactly. Yeah.
So you say yes. And I think that like, there's a good like quote that says like, if you get a cool opportunity, say yes and figure it out later. So you did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Had a heart attack, called for help, and then you telling me you're doing like custom research or something that helped you write the ad, or like what was that thought process around?
Yeah, so it was my first event. It was also his first event. So we've all never done this at all before. So I was like, well, first I want to start off by doing a research. So I kind of follows your methods on, sending out a Facebook ad in our email list for Charlotte Brewery Tours and all of that, and basically asking, what's your number one goal when you attend, a craft beer festival? What do you hate the most about it? What are you looking to accomplish? What do you want to learn about it?
Were there any things that like you didn't think? You're like, what's your number one goal? Is like everyone's like get wasted, or is it like?
Actually, no. It was just try good beer, meet new friends, learn about beer. What people hated was like having nowhere to sit and like a lack of porta potties. So I immediately told him like, hey, how many porta potties? All right, we need to double that, because
just whatever it is, just double the number of porta potties.
It helped him like in his planning just by me doing research and giving him the answers. I'm like, look, this is what people want in order for us to have a successful event and be able to do this year after year. We need to cater this to their needs. And so, I mean, he absolutely loved it. So, cool. It helped me write my ads. It helped him plan the event. And, huge success. So we're all happy.
So the customer research part, you just sent out an ad that had like everyone on that email list for the business, custom lookalike Facebook, all like the normal stuff. And you asked the 5 questions. It follows the ask method, like number one, fear, goal, want, what you want to learn, stuff like that. You had this huge database that helped drive the event to success. Did that help you write the ad, or did James and Leon say, oh, don't do that at all, do something different?
Not necessarily. I'd say it helps me in my follow-ups. So my email follow-ups, because basically, as you're getting all these emails and phone numbers, you need to nurture them and not just be salesy, but you need to excite them about the event. Like, this is what we're doing. This is what, in order for us to have a successful event, these are the things that we have. So it didn't necessarily help too much with the ads, but it helped with the follow-up process and to get people excited and want to share it with their friends.
Gotcha.
The ads were pretty much like, hey, Charlotte, mark your calendars, Saturday, April 21st, Charlotte Uptown's first ever craft beer festival. Got these bands. And it really just used a lot of emojis, bullet points. So it's easy to read. And then, just tested. Yeah.
And it worked. And you made 2,500 ticket sales, right?
Yeah, we had about 2,500 people. A little over about 2,000 ticket sales the night before. And then we had about 500 people walk up to the gate and purchase the day of the event as well.
2,000 ticket sales the night before?
No. Up until the night before.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
the night before, that's like pure stress. Oh,
Oh
my
no,
God.
no. But with events is, I mean, your bulk of tickets, 70% of tickets are going to be 2 weeks to the event.
Gotcha.
So it's just one of those things, and that's why events, like, it's just like, oh my God, when are they coming? And
Money now. I can't deal with it as anymore.
yeah, and it's just like, just follow the process, don't panic, and they'll come as long as you keep doing it. And retargeting was absolutely huge.
Was that part of your process to get 4,000 leads? Like, tell me how so when I think of leads, it's name, number, and email, and sometimes called. That's not the same. You're not calling to place an order event. You're buying a ticket online. So how did the definition of lead change, and how did you get 4,000 leads excited about buying from this first ever craft brewery event?
I did a lot of giveaways. So I did pretty much 2 giveaways every single week for 3 months.
Wow.
And it doesn't really cost us anything. You know what I mean? So I basically is like, we're giving away, 2 free tickets or 4 free tickets. And so I had a text message giveaway and an email giveaway.
Nice.
And so, I would run ads like, want to win 2 free tickets, text giveaway to 545454 to enter.
Beautiful.
And then they get an auto response that, great, but want to double your chances? Click here, send them to the landing page, give us your email. And then same for the email. It was like, okay, but wait, want to double your chances for our other giveaway? Loop them to the text. So it's just like,
wait. So you were giving away, let's just call them extra tickets, right? Mm-hmm. And you had people beg, borrowing, and stealing, dropping in all their contact information, saying, please give it to me. I want it so much. And then could you use that to build like a custom and lookalike audience too?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So the whole point of the giveaway for these leads are to retarget, to send emails, to send text messages. Hey guys, we got a flash sale. Hey, here, we got some new bands that just, we're announcing, so it's just to nurture them. And so I'd send an email like once a week or, once every 2 weeks. And then, the month of it was like, and then the week of it was pretty much like one a day.
That's so awesome. So you're really like building up interest of people that like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm interested. And then all of a sudden it's like dink all the way up. Mm-hmm. And so that's how you're turning like a casual interest of, yeah, I guess maybe. And then, okay, fine, I'll put my name in the hat. And then you got like voracious people wanting to buy your stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. And so we probably gave away like 100 tickets total. When you think about 2,500 people there, that's nothing.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I put them in as a custom audience, lookalike audiences, email them, text them. And then I also announced the winners publicly. So I sent them an emails.
Oh, nice.
And also on the Facebook page. Because the first one, they were like, I don't think this is real. And I'm like, oh, did you not see the post? And so by actually saying their names, people are like, oh, and they would tag the people, hey, congrats, you won.
Yeah. Wait,
and
so people would comment saying, I don't think this is real? Right?
We did the first one I announced. Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'm going to start announcing people's names so people know it's real. And
that's so awesome. I love that idea.
And then by people seeing like, okay, this is actually real, they're really announcing. It's like an incentive to, oh, let me now enter. You know what I mean? And then
the first time you did that giveaway, the second time you got more results, third time you got more results. So it was literally like that roller coaster effect they were talking about, right?
For sure, yeah.
That's so awesome. How much do you think? So do you think the giveaway was like that secret that nobody in the event space is doing, or is it standard in the event space to use giveaways? Because I hear it on the radio all the time, but I never enter. You know what I mean?
I think it's pretty standard. I know James and Leon have both also done giveaways.
Gotcha.
I don't know if they gave away as many as I did, but
who cares? You got 2,000 people. You sold 2,500 tickets, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So your thought process or the way it worked with the 4,000 new leads was you did customer research that kind of like started to pre-warm an audience. And I know you got like names, numbers, and emails from that customer research. Yeah.
So I also said in the research, I was like, by answering this survey, you'll be entered for a chance to win 2 free tickets. I would say 98% of all the people that filled it out left their email.
Beautiful.
That I could also, and then I sent them an email. Hey, thanks for doing it. Unfortunately, we only gave away 1 winner. We didn't want to exclude, everybody. So here's a 15% off that expires in the next 48 hours.
So that was your first batch of sales. That's when you were like, oh my God, this is going to work, right?
Yeah, we got a couple from that, but 90 days out, not a lot of people are going to buy. Yeah. People don't know what it is or, how the weather is going to be, or, we didn't even know what bands we were going to have at this time.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. And so,
cool.
But yeah, so.
Man, we should do a masterclass on this. This is like blowing my mind, to be honest. Like the idea of like you have a 90-day plan and this is what you're doing all the way through. Because I know you do giveaways. I never thought to do it for my local lead gen. And now you're saying, I'm going to do it. And then you do the public announcement. You're doing the emails. You're building the lookalike audience and you're doing discounts. I think this is like super cool stuff. So that was really like your thought process on 4,000 new leads. So if anybody's watching this like live and thinking that like, oh my God, how do I do events? That's like the big chunk of it, right? Like just following, like you're going to do an announcement and then building up that process as part of your 90-day blueprint, right? Mm-hmm. Very cool. Let's see what's going on with the comments. Guys, if you're enjoying this, leave a comment, things like that. BeLive is still broken. But if there's any comments, questions, concerns, I'm going to take a look and then we'll see what happens here. We've got, who's asking these questions? Somebody says, hey, what are you offering your clients for the fee that when you did your first paid event with the brewery, how were they paying you? Was it a flat rate, percentage of sales? Is that standard in the event space? Is this kind of like an e-commerce setup where like you get a percentage, or how did that work out for you?
You're talking about for the event, not the brewery tours, right?
Yeah, the event that we sold like 2,000 tickets for.
Okay, yeah. So I did a flat fee just to get started no matter what, and then a tiered kind of commission bonus plan. So if I sold this many tickets, I got 2%. If I sold this many, it was 3%. So the more I sold, also the higher my commission percentage was.
Yeah.
And so, really, as long as you do good, the commission and bonus should actually be more than the initial fee. So I charged like $2,000 flat fee to get started, no matter what.
Yeah. And
then, bonuses from there. So I made a few grand in commission based off the bonuses as well. So
you know what I really like is like I have genuine confidence that my leads will buy if there was the follow-up. But with the event space and e-commerce, there is no follow-up. They're going to go and buy, right? They go to a website, then for sure. So you just did like the technical implementation of like the pics on the landing page, thank you page, all that stuff. And then you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that if this was working or not, right? Like super easy.
I wouldn't say easy. It was stressful.
Oh no. Okay.
But, a beer event, people just don't buy 2 months in advance. You know what I mean? So the first month, I'm basically I don't even care. I don't push ticket sales at all. I'm only focused on building custom audiences, generating leads, collecting emails, collecting phone numbers, doing video views to retarget. And then, so basically I would have like video views objective going on pretty much the entire time, and then excluding, also other audiences. So that way, it's always getting new people. So basically when I do retargeting, I would have a custom audience that I'd retarget, and then I would duplicate that and exclude anybody I'm retargeting. So that way it gets nothing but cold audiences. And
so the thought process is really like, you're going to have a cool video and then you're going to always show it to new people, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And then did you then say, all right, if they've watched more than 50%, send them a new follow-up ad or something like that?
Yeah. And then I would send them, maybe something for the giveaway, or maybe something for, and then I would have like a flash sale going on to retarget these people that have landed on the site, or add to cart or something like that, where it's like, hey, thanks for checking out our event. Apply promo code, blah, 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 for 15% off, expires in the next 48 hours. And I had such a large audience to retarget that people aren't really seeing that every day. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
And it's just building every day, because the video views are going, the landing page, I'm getting more and more people, and I'm just driving people. So, my audience was pretty huge.
We got some interesting questions. Steph Sign says, how much do you charge, or would you charge for event lead generation? So I know you said like $2,000 flat, but is there like an expectation that as you get better at this, you charge more? Or do people in the event space really like fight for that commission? Like they know that they're good at their job, so they make more on the commission, or we just don't know yet, right?
Yeah, I don't really know yet. I think, other people that I've talked to, like James and Leon, have a different pricing structure that I have. That's just the one that I did. It's probably the same one I'm going to continue to use. An initial fee plus a bonus based off ticket sales. And the clients like that because it gives me something to work for. And so they're like, I'm cool paying you based off your results. You know what I mean? So it makes me work harder, and you know.
So we got a couple more questions. Mark says, how would you apply what you did to like a live event or like a free seminar, local finance professionals, things like that? Does it apply at all? Is the thought process there, but you just switch a couple things, or is that really covered in like the blueprint?
Yeah, I'd say it's about the same. You know, try and do, you know, a giveaway or maybe a PDF on, you know, this that would apply to the event. So if it's a financial advisor on, you know, how to switch to a Roth IRA or, you know, I don't know, whatever. And then just build the list, and then you need to email them and text them and, you know, provide information and value, not just to be salesy on buy this event, but you need to get them excited about it. So, you know, I would send it emails all the time on, hey guys, we got a new band that just we're announcing. We got some new breweries. Here's a list of all the, you know, here's a list of all the vendors. Here's a list of all the breweries. Here's a list of all the bands. And so, you know, really just getting them excited. And in all my posts, Facebook and emails, I would say, you know, have a friend that you think's interested, forward this to them, or tag your beer and music, you know, buddies below that would love this event. And so I'm constantly asking, pretty much every post, I'm like asking people to share with their friends.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can look in all the comments as people tagging their friends. We should go, we should do this. I'm down, you know. And so
what did you send out? Like, if you haven't announced your bands, what was that initial video? Was that just like the brewery tour saying we're going to do an event, or like, what was that like if you didn't have?
So I wrote a script for them, and I was there filming, and I didn't film, but I got a videographer buddy here that's really good that we used. And I gave her a script, and she basically was in front of the Charlotte Brewery Tours bus, you know, with her shirt on and saying, hey, Charlotte, you know, we're Charlotte Brewery Tours. We're doing a craft beer festival. It's Saturday, April 21st. We're going to have, you know, a ton of craft beer, wine, cider, and spirits. It's unlimited samples. We're going to have a ton of live music. So it's just pretty vague. And then once we knew details, then I would start writing that in the ad copy, or, you know, we would do a new video.
And that was really enough to like get the ball moving. Like, you didn't wait until everything was perfect. You said, let's just like get something moving so we can get the audience warmed up. And as they announce new things, that's an opportunity to reach out to your audience again and give them incentive to buy.
Yeah, definitely. Pretty smart. Yeah. And I mean, even at that point, we pretty much knew what bands, but until we had the 100%, you know, because basically what I don't want to do is post something, people get excited, and then they back out. And I'm like, oh no, and then you lose credibility. And then people don't want to buy because, you know, they may think that your event will do the same and kind of flop. So I wouldn't post anything until I had 100% green light.
Gotcha.
So
one of the bullet points in here. So I thought the video retargeting custom audience, like that strategy and that process is super powerful. Did you want to go into that like a little bit more detail? Like, I know you did the video, right?
Uh-huh.
That was the first video. So you showed that to like everybody that you could.
Yep.
Or was it really like only people that liked beer? Or was it really only people within 10 miles? Or what was that thought process?
So I did like Charlotte plus like a 50-mile radius.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So first I just started super big, not really targeting much of anything. And then if I would have, you know, different ad set with like all these breweries that are, you know, beer behaviors, you know, that you can target. Another one on like live music. So this was like, we had a bunch of reggae music. So pretty much like all the big reggae bands, like even if they weren't performing, you know, people that follow their pages and like their pages, that was another ad set I was targeting. So, and then I was even targeting like events and, you know, people that like Ticketmaster or Eventbrite, because they're probably ones that you know, want to go.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah. And then I would have videos going with like, you know, video views running the entire time. And then I would exclude, you know, have another one where I'm like excluding the retargeting people. So that way it's only getting cold audiences. And then people that watch, you know, 50% or more, I then throw them in a custom audience. And then over time, we had like 4 or 5 videos. So then I would group all those together for anybody that watched 50% or more of this video, this one, or this one. And then, you know, they're constantly just looping, and I'm excluding those people. So it's getting more people at the same time.
Did you know how to set that up beforehand, or was that really like James and Leon like helping you figure out that process and things like that?
No, I knew how to do custom audiences and
Gotcha.
And all that. Yeah.
Very cool.
But some of those strategies were given by them.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm saying it because like I know that like events, and I've talked to people who do events like Todd Mobley. He runs ads for like the Detroit Auto Show, and he's having the standard events problem, which is we've got people interested, but
Hmm.
they're not buying. And I think what's interesting is your thought process behind like, yeah, you know what, we're doing giveaways so that like there's a level of excitement, and we're announcing stuff. There's a level of legitimacy. And if you've watched 90% of this video, as an example, you're going to get a coupon. So that helps drive a connection between like the views, people watching stuff, and like their actions online. So did you have any like technical implementation problems? Or did once everything was set up and you're just fine, you're just up and running, and then it was just like thinking about problems? Or did you have like a real problem like pixel data or anything like that?
No, I didn't really have much of a problem with the Pixel. I would say the only thing for me is, I did panic. So I'm like, we're a month away and we only have 400 ticket sales or whatever it may be, And so, my clients on my ads say, hey, when ticket sales. And, one of the things that I learned at the beginning is it's really important to set the expectation. Hey, before I start this, I need you to know 70% of the ticket sales aren't going to come until 2 weeks, 3 weeks to the event.
God, that's so stressful.
And so that way, when later on, I'm like, hey, man, I told you at the beginning, I need you to just trust in me and, trust me, I get paid off this too. I know you do. So I'm doing everything I can.
So is that why when you're going to do another event, you're going to push? All right, so let's talk about this. So like, I know events really drive sponsorships and ticket sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with your next event, are you going to like push to get sponsors? Is there a thought process behind getting sponsors to do that? Are you going to run an ad strategy separate for tickets, or like how is that going to like intermingle effectively?
I probably won't run ad for sponsors. Being a first time event, it's kind of hard to get sponsors. And even if you do, it's hard to get some that pay you the amount that you would like because you have no proof. You've never done an event before. And so now that we have this, I basically sent him, at the end of the campaign, this is how many people we reached. This is how many people bought tickets. This is how many people, this. And then so next year, it's going to be easier to get sponsors, but we can say, look at what we did for this one. So this is what you can expect. We did this the first year. We're expecting to double that this year. So, but that was really our biggest thing that we didn't do good on. I say we, but is getting sponsors because, he was basically having to pay and front everything, the bands, the beers, the vendors, and any equipment production like that as well. So it's super expensive.
Yeah. A lot of money out, and then hopefully you make your money back.
Hopefully, yeah.
But
if we have sponsors, that helps cover all those. So then next time, all the ticket sales are pretty much profit, not necessarily giving him money back into what he already put out.
But that's not a strategy you can do for like first time events. That's like second, third, or fourth time events, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we did have sponsors. Like we had like T-Mobile. They were probably our biggest one. They had like a big van out there. They also provided the free Wi-Fi for the entire area, which we needed for like our POS and that kind of stuff. But now next year, we know we can get much more out of them.
That's so cool. I'm so glad they hired you.
I am too.
Let me ask you this. In like the fourth fiery bullet point, we talk about the actual offer that got people buying tickets with real money. So was that just the 15% off? Was it like a $25 thing, 2-for-1? How did you like incorporate an offer that works?
So one thing that works really well, which I didn't really do, but I wish I did, was really push like an early bird special. So I did an early bird special, but so basically as you're building, the first month is basically list building, collecting emails, collecting phone numbers, building your custom audiences. And then from there, hey guys, and then you email them, hey guys, in 1 week tickets go on sale or early bird tickets go on sale. And you just have a number. So, whether you want to do 100, 500, whatever it may be, or just a date, for 3 days, and then really use that to push excitement on, hey guys, early bird tickets are sold out.
Yeah.
And then use that as, hey, early bird tickets are officially sold out. And then other people are seeing that like, oh shit, like, that's sold out quick.
Yeah.
And then I actually had ads running. Hey guys, early bird tickets are already sold out. Don't wait until general admission's also gone.
Yeah. So you do like, first chunk of tickets are $50, second chunk is 75, 100. So that's early for general, and then like last minute.
And then prices go up. And if you buy at the door, prices are also more expensive at the door. So get them now.
Gotcha.
It's no refund. So, luckily we had great weather, but
And you didn't do any like combo packages, anything like that? Because I see that at events, like buy your ticket now and get like free alcohol tickets or something like that. But you didn't do anything like that. You just did the pricing, right?
We had two ticket types. We had general admission, and then we had VIP. And with VIP, you got to go in 2 hours or earlier. You got a pretzel necklace and a private kind of VIP sitting area with picnic tables. So a couple other perks like that. But it was only two ticket types, and then we had an early bird special where it was like, get them now and save because prices go up. And we're only giving away 200 tickets.
So did you ever think like a year ago, 2 years ago, when you were working the restaurant, that you would have successfully sold over 2,000 tickets to a first time event that nobody has ever heard of before at all?
Not at all.
Not even not in your wildest dreams have you ever thought like craft brewery Facebook ad agency, right?
Yeah. No, it was huge. I mean, it was awesome. He was stoked. I was stoked. Everybody had a great time. We had nothing but great reviews. People loved it. They're already asking when the date is for next year.
Beautiful.
And I have all these emails that we own that I can now email next year for the next event.
That's like super cool because now you can start selling tickets. Like when you go to like ClickFunnels or something like that, they sell next year's tickets at the actual event first, right?
Yeah.
So that's how they're building that like pre-list. But that's pretty cool. So we got like
we actually thought about doing that, but we didn't know if we were going to do another one or when it would be. So, we didn't, but that was an idea we were going to try.
Isaiah asked a good question. I don't want to ask this one, which is like, how much did your client net for the event? But he's asking, how did you get T-Mobile? Did you reach out to them? Was that a contact, or how did T-Mobile just show up with a Wi-Fi van, right?
Yeah. We reached out to a lot of people. Like Coca-Cola is big in Charlotte. Like they've got like a bunch of stuff here. So we just called them. We called T-Mobile. We called pretty much anybody, and then word of mouth. Working with local radio stations as well. So we also did radio advertisements as well. Also giveaways, and that was playing on like 5 different stations. So it wasn't just Facebook. Yeah. Although Facebook was the main factor behind it all.
And it was the only one that was direct and measurable, right? Like you can't say
correct, yeah.
Radio all of a sudden sent this number of people and bought all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah. And then I would use with Eventbrite, I would use certain tracking and like affiliate codes. So when if we wanted to pay like an Instagram influencer, in Charlotte, they had their own code. So I could see how many people landed on the site, how many, and then from there we can see, is it worth paying them for another one? Yeah. Or should we just never use them again? And so we tracked everything.
My hypothesis is the answer is always, it was a waste of money to pay Kim Kardashian to push my tea, right?
Yeah.
And so my suspicion is for most influencers on Instagram, that's the same thing. So was there like, was I wrong? Like, is there suddenly like Instagram influencers that drive hundreds of people to events, or did you go like, oh, that didn't quite work out?
I mean, we definitely hit some were for sure worth it, especially some that have like, 100,000 followers here in Charlotte that are always promoting like, events and, new grand openings. And, so some of those were definitely big. And then some of them, it's like, we're not going to use them again.
Yeah. Like it didn't quite work. Well,
but you don't know unless you try. So
that's true. So guys, if you've got any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, ideas, now's the time. Just to kind of recap, Brett Watts went from running, getting paid $100 to run Facebook ads for the restaurant that he wait staffed at. And now he's just finished his first successful, how much, like, was this like $1 million event? No, like $500,000 event, big fucking event, right? Where he sold 2,000 tickets, got 4,000 leads, 2,500 people, 5-10 bands, something like that.
Yeah, we had like 5 bands.
Super cool. Let's see what else. Comments, questions, concerns. Ravi says, what did you retarget the original cold 50% video views with? Did you retarget them with another video, an ad? Did you ask them to buy the first video where it was just you in the bus or your videographer in the bus?
I probably had like 30 different ads the whole time. It was a ton, testing everything. So a lot of the retargeting I would do with like photos. And then cold audiences were a lot of the videos.
Gotcha.
And then I would split test it. And, like I even would have one where like I would put like have the photo, and then like at the top right in red be real big that said like flash sale right on the photo as well. So I did that with and without, just to see the one with the text actually worked better.
Oh, cool. And Facebook didn't have a problem with that, or was it like just 30%?
Yeah, it was less than 20%.
Gotcha. Jerry says, how did you do your drawing to make it legit? Did you put everyone's name in the hat and draw publicly? Or did you just like, oh, I know this guy, he wins?
No, I didn't pick anybody that I knew. And all my friends were asking me, like, let me do that. I'm like, no, man, you got to support me on this. I'm not giving you a free ticket. I wasn't giving anybody free tickets.
Like, no, this is my job, idiot. Yeah. I'm not messing it up for you, okay? Yeah. You can buy your own ticket.
So I announced everything publicly. I first did, I sent them, before I put it on social media, I would send an email and a text out. And then a lot of them I would actually say to drive more traffic and get more people to retarget as well. I would say, want to see the winner? Click here, and I would send them to a landing page that I built on ClickFunnels saying, here's the winner, but wait, here's a promo code for 15% off by in the next 48 hours.
So that's an easy way to turn the curiosity into like actual dollars, right?
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Because when I was first sending emails and text messages saying, here's the winner, and even if I said like, here's a promo code, we weren't really getting much sales. But when I said, click here to do it, and then I send them to a landing page where I can put more information and a video and kind of get them excited, and then like a countdown on when the promo code expires, I was getting much more.
What an easy idea. Like that is super implementable by like any business right now. Like do a giveaway, give away 2 tickets or vouchers or coupons or whatever. Hey, thanks for signing up. Do you want to see the winner? Go to the landing page. This is your idea, right? Go to the landing page, have the drawing, the video, whatever. But wait, if you didn't win, get 50% off by clicking here, right?
Yep. And then I would also, a day later, after I sent the emails and texts out, I would announce it on Facebook and Instagram, and I would actually put their real names, the people that won. So people see we are really announcing winners. And
that matters a lot to like first-time events, like the level of authenticity. Like for sure. Actual event, because everyone's like you mentioned before, is this a real thing? Is this going to flake out? Nobody wants to invest their money and their time, their emotional energy. But that happens, and that proves that it's legitimate and real.
100%.
Jerry says that idea just helped me tremendously. Jerry, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Artem says, what's your objective for the next 3 to 5 years in terms of industry and income? So is this like the start of a train that you're like, I'm just going to start doing events and I'm going to make 200 grand a month and it's going to be amazing and awesome. And I'm going to have a whole team. Or do you just want to see yourself as like a solo agency working with small events? Or is it kind of like whatever you feel is moving forward?
Whatever happens. Yeah, I don't really have a solid plan. I'm down to do new events. After doing this, I realized events are way more work than just simple lead gen, because you're not just collecting emails, but you're also constantly following up with them to get them excited about it. And so I can only have, basically if I'm just doing lead gen, I can probably handle, 10, 15 clients.
Yeah.
If I have an event this size or bigger, I can probably only handle a couple of lead gen accounts on top of this, because it's so much work. But in return, you're really just focusing on one thing and maybe a couple side projects, and the payout is much higher than what I would get from a couple lead gen, even if I'm charging them a pretty good penny as well.
Yeah, because you're getting the flat rate plus the commission. So like as you sell more tickets and as the event gets bigger, you're going to make more money. So is that common in like the event space to have a flat fee plus commission, or is that just because it was you in this first time event?
I just wanted a flat fee in case I bombed it.
Gotcha.
I would at least get something.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so does that mean that like who covered ad spend with this then? They did?
They did.
Got it.
No, I didn't. I mean, we spent like 10 grand, probably more than that in Facebook ads.
And now you've got a huge list of people that are buyers. You've got a VIP list if you want to spend more money. Mm-hmm. You've got proven results, and you kind of proved it to the world too that you could do this sucker. And you proved it to yourself, which is like just as important, right?
Yeah. And so video is like huge for this. And also like if you have an event, like please so I actually talked him out of hiring his friend's dad, who like used to shoot photos for the Navy, who lives in New York, that he was going to fly down and do this. I was like, no, we need somebody local. I need somebody good. I've got a guy. Here's his portfolio. He charges 3 times more than what you're going to pay the other guy, but I need them, because if people see a video, a shitty video that you're running ads with, it just, that's how they're going to portray and see the event. So if you have a video, you're going to have an event in their mind. You know what I mean? So I need a video that looks professional. It's very well done, you know, HD. And we also had him at the event, obviously doing videos. And then we did an ad saying like, thank you, Charlotte.
Beautiful.
Huge success. And then so those people that didn't go, they were commenting on like, oh man, that looks so fun. I wish we went. And so now next year, we've already warmed them up. Look, here it is. And then probably, you know, 4 or 5 months out from our next one, I'm going to play that same video, run it ads again on just, hey guys, mark on your calendars, just to slowly start getting the word out again.
You know what I like the most is that this was not by accident. Like you didn't accidentally figure this out. You had the plan, you had the help, you had the tutor, you had the mentors, you had the processes, you did the customer research to guide the event. You're essentially their chief marketing officer that's doing direct measurable results for them.
Yeah.
I think that's so fucking cool. And
they basically have, it's basically the two co-owners, and then they have like, you know, a couple bus drivers, a couple brewery tour guides, but they don't really, they're just, hey, do your job and that's it. You know, they actually like call me now and they're like, hey, you know, I consider you part of the team. Like, what do you think we should do with this?
Yes.
You know, and so that gives more value for me. And they look at me as the expert, you know, even things outside of the festival, they still call me. I'm like, hey, you know, what do you think about this? You know, which is pretty cool because now that I did such a great job with them, and then they're even referring me to other people.
Oh my God. Dude,
and so I just posted on my Facebook wall yesterday or the day before, like a testimonial that he gave me as well.
That's so cool. So the bad news for everybody watching is that we're kind of coming to the end of the 45-minute interview. So that's Brett. He showed us like a couple expert secrets on how to get direct measure results for Facebook ads for events and specifically for craft breweries, ranging from doing like just general videos and retargeting custom audiences correctly, doing that really cool trick of, hey, we announced a winner, click here to check it out, and then having that awesome just take action discount code right now. Anytime that an event was changed or updated or announced a new lineup, he sent out that communication to build up excitement, enthusiasm. And there's a lot of people on this chat right now that are actually interested in like events, which is kind of awesome. And so, you know, we always had this like awesome giveaway at the end of every live. And so what I want you guys to do is, if Brett has helped you figure out something awesome and something useful that will allow you to approach a new client, a new customer, charge more, get better results, he actually has a 90-day blueprint for in-person ticket sale events that applies to not just craft breweries, but also financial seminars, or if you're trying to set up your own Facebook ads event, or if your goal is to get people out of their butts and into an event by giving them money. Everything that we talked about is actually already written down. And it's essentially his 90-day plan for an event that you can use for any of your events. So if that's something you're interested, you got to comment, Brett, give me that 90-day plan, and he's going to give it to the first 5 people. And you're going to get his Word doc that outlines everything that he did, the thought process of the strategy. I've seen it. It's absolutely awesome. It literally removes the stress. Well, there's still some stress, but it removes the brain flare and the frustration, the unknowingness of running an event. So if that's something you're interested in, just leave a comment saying, Brett, give me that 90-day plan. Without comments, Yazan, just without typos. There's so many. How did you do that? So let's see. We've got Yazan, we got Mark, James, Sade, and Ben. I think it's 5 people. I'll send you guys like a group chat and things like that. You can get in touch. But yeah, man, Brett, it's been awesome seeing you grow. I'm glad the customer research helped position you as a marketing expert that drives not just results, but like strategy and events. I'm super psyched that James and Leon helped you figure out how to connect work with dollars. And I'm super psyched that you're giving back to everybody watching this with that 90-day plan. Events is like an awesome space that I think most people who's trying to do a Facebook ads agency don't think about. Like when you were starting, it was like dentists, chiropractors, and gyms, and that's it, right? Like at no time did you say, maybe I could do a craft brewery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm super psyched about your future. I think you're on an awesome path. And this may be that growth curve where all of a sudden you're doing 4 to 5 events a year. Where
for sure.
You've got a commission-based structure that everybody loves. And you've got 5 to 10 people on like your team that trust and follow your advice because you've got a long history of results. I think this is that start.
Yeah,
Which is a
absolutely.
long way away from running restaurant ads.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I know we're already doing one for next year. I think we're going to do a second festival as well. And if he knows anybody else, he's going to refer me out. And I'll probably look on Eventbrite or some of these others, and probably even reach out to see if they want help. And then now I've got results to say, like a first year event, we had 2,500 people show up. So it's pretty cool.
That's super
Very
awesome.
rewarding as well, definitely.
This video is going in the group. Brett, we have a call later today where we're gonna do some like working off our databases and stuff. I've got some cool stuff to show you. But yeah, that's awesome. Everybody, thanks for showing up. I think this was super powerful. Brett, thanks so much. We'll talk later.